Hi everyone, welcome to Joy as It Flies. I'm Teresa if you're new here, and I deal with the cooking side of things on this channel. So today we're talking about, or over this video, we're going to be talking about sourdough starters and how you make one and what you can do with it before it's ready to use to make bread or whatever else you want to do with it. I've had this sourdough starter. I started this just over a week ago and this is what it looks like today. We're going to see if it is ready to use shortly, but first I'm going to talk you through the steps to get you to this point.
All you need to start with your sourdough starter is a glass jar. You can use plastic, I prefer glass. Unbleached flour if you can. Certainly a strong bread flour is best, and filtered water. So you're going to measure out equal amounts of flour and water, and I just start with a little amount. So that's 25 grams of flour to 25 millilitres of water. You give that just a little mix and pop a lid on. And you don't want something that is going to cut off all the air, so either just put a lid on gently on top, or use something like this little cloth lid or bonnet. On day 2, you will again add equal amounts of flour and water to your jar, just straight on top of the sourdough starter from yesterday. And that's 25 grams again of each. Give that a good mix, and again, just pop that aside. And you want to do this probably about 24 hours, within 24 hours of the first feeding.
You may need from day 3 to discard some of your sourdough, so that just means throwing away some of it, and that's a couple of reasons for that. The first is to make more room in the jar, because otherwise if you keep feeding it, it's going to eventually overflow. And the second is because you don't want more starter than new food. You need that food to be giving the new starter energy. And if you've got a massive amount of starter, you're going to need a massive amount of flour, and you're just going to be wasting flour. So I like starting with a small amount of flour and water. That way I am not wasting too much flour. So you may be okay for day 3, you may decide to do it. It's up to you, it won't change the outcome. You then, once you start from day 3 onwards, you will feed your sourdough starter as you have been, but you may decide to throw half of it out. Just throw it in the bin, and don't throw it down the drain because it's not a good idea. Throw it in the bin and then feed it as normal. From about day 5, I would advise increasing your feed. So I start with 25 grams of flour, and I would increase that to 50 grams of flour and 50 millilitres of water. This just gives it a little bit more food to give it a better chance of increasing and, becoming active. And then on day 6, you're going to discard half of your sourdough starter, but keep that discard. And I'm going to show you what you can do with it in a little bit. You're going to feed that again, and on about day 7, you should really begin to notice how active your starter has become. Your starter will have gone from being a lumpy mass that you saw at the beginning to being more of like a batter, like a pancake batter, pourable pancake batter, and then it will become more of a spongy texture where you can see when you stir it, you'll see the bubbles. First of all, I'm going to show you what you can do with the discard, and then I'm going to show you what the starter looks like when it is ready to use.
There are so many great recipes for using up your sourdough discard. This is one of my favourites. It's chocolate brownies. But you can make crumpets. In fact, the quickest sourdough crumpets can be made with sourdough discard. I will link in the description my recipe for them. You can add it practically into anything. And in the same way that with sourdough, active sourdough, you can use that in more or less any recipe that you would use flour and a liquid in. But these come together really quickly. It's just the normal brownie ingredients of sugar, butter, and eggs, cocoa powder, and then sourdough discard. There's no other flour in it. So here we have our sourdough starter now. It's looking really lovely and bubbly. And I would advise that from about day 5 onwards, after you've fed it, put a rubber band around the feeding line, or the top of your starter, and that way you can see if it's risen. And this has risen really nicely, or you can use a pen to mark it, but it will show you, it's a good indication that your sourdough starter is ready to bake with. Look, and you can see how spongy that texture is and bubbly. You can also check to see if your sourdough starter is ready by getting a little bit of sourdough, just a tiny bit, popping it in to see if that floats. And there you've got it floating. I don't know if you can see that. You now have a sourdough starter. The first thing you have to do is name it. It's very important to name it. This is my sourdough starter. It's not always in a giant pot like this. It's just if I'm baking a lot, I will put it in a big pot. If I'm not using it very much, it will go into a small pot, and you only need to give a little bit of it and it will go in the fridge. But this is Frederick. I don't remember why it's Frederick, but it's just always been Frederick. So name your starter, and then you've got 2 choices. If you're planning on cooking with it regularly, you can leave it out on your countertop, feed it, and then when it doubles in size and becomes really nice and bubbly, use it in your recipe, or use the discard as I showed you before. But if you're not planning on using your sourdough starter for more than 2 or 3 days, you need to feed it and put it into the fridge, and it will stay in the fridge quite happily in a jar. Make sure it's got a proper lid on it this time. It will stay quite happily in the fridge for however long, until you need it. When you do want to use your sourdough again, just take it out of the fridge and let it come up to room temperature. It will have a liquid on the top, which may be either clear or brown. That's fine, it's perfectly normal. It's just showing that your sourdough is really hungry. You can stir that in, or you can throw it away. Probably throw it away if it's been more than a week or 2 in the fridge. And then your sourdough is, once you've fed it, it will just start being active again, and you can use it as normal. The last thing I can think of is that if you're worried about how will you know whether your sourdough is bad, you will know, without a doubt. You will know. Your sourdough, if it's got a odd liquid that you're not sure about, probably okay. If it smells really sour or vinegary, or even acid, you can smell acetone, absolutely fine.
The big problem is if you have like an orange mold or black mold, anything mold, bad mold is obviously bad, but the smell alone will tell you if your sourdough has gone bad. It smells like nothing on earth. It's horrific. So if it doesn't smell like that, you should be fine. And I am sure there's loads of things I've left out, and I know I've definitely rambled, but if you're still here and you've stuck with me, thank you so much for watching. Please come back next week, as I will be showing you how to use your sourdough to make a basic loaf of bread. I hope to see you then. Have a good week. Bye for now.